One, two, three, four. One, two. Okay. We are good. Howdy, everybody. Uh, we're back with another stream. I know it's a little late, but I just got done eating, so yeah. Um, yeah, I guess so far, I mean, so far it's all right. Can't complain with the progress. At least it's some progress. Only question is where to start, because I mean, it's kind of a mess right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and just 1 second. There we go. All right. Hmm. I want to undo this hand a bit. This hand isn't coming out right. All right. Yeah. Let's try this again, shall we? I didn't like the way that the arm was coming out. I think it needed to be a little bit more in line, I guess, with this area right here. So let's go ahead and just try to fix that real quick. Um, Mm. Put it in the middle. So if it was right here, it's too far out. It was right here, too close. So I guess if we kind of like split it down to the middle, that might work. Hmm. Forgot to make up account for the fact that okay, I see the problem. I didn't equate for the fact that the bicep was twisted or turned inward, turned exterior. I mean, like it was turned out to this way. So yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Now I'm smelling what I'm cooking. Okay, let's come on there, curve it a little bit, give it more of that curve, and then the hand. And because of the curve, I guess the hand it's gonna come out tilted. It's not going to be flat like I was trying to go for. So let's just see what that would look like. So if we got, yeah, yeah, okay. We're going to go with kind of like a that as reference. So we're going to go kind of here, give the border for where the knuckles or the center of the fingers are going to start. Kind of like that in a sense. With the hands, or the, not the hand, the forearm going down like that. Move. I'm just not making up my mind. Don't get me wrong, I do like drawing, but sometimes it could just be a little annoying with just not getting it the way you want it to sometimes. Um, let's try that again. This time we're actually gonna do the full hand, kind of like this a bit, or because like this side right here, I don't know if you can see that. Like it has what I'm looking for on this side. The problem is I'm just exaggerating the tilt on this hand too much. It's not coming out the way I am visioning it, you know? So I just gotta, you know, keep on trying because it's like right this way. It's that angle. And again, the forearm itself isn't going to be big because it's angled inward. It's going to look like it shrinks down like that. So about maybe right here is where the actual forearm stops, but it's probably out to here since it does go inward like that. Yeah. My only problem is that it just keeps looking flat, you know? And that's what I'm trying to not do, is to make it look flat. So like that maybe. And then we can arc where the fingertips are going to be. Just gotta map it out. So we got the finger here. Sorry, I'm squirming it around. We got here, 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 here. Make this, yeah. All right. Kind of like that is what I was thinking, but of course, it's gonna change here in just a moment because we gotta fix it. Yeah, we identify muscles. Hmm. Sorry about that. Wait, actually, does that even? Okay, just wanted to be sure if it was actually muted. My bad. Um, let's see here. I'll just leave this right here for just a quick second. I'm gonna do it this side real quick, see if I'm actually getting anywhere with it. Because identify where the hand is right there. And then the knuckle section right there. If this is the elbow, we're gonna have to arc that. kind of, I guess. Gonna have to do. I'm having the best time with the layout. But don't be me. Do feel free to use references. That's probably the best thing that you can do is use references. Um, Let me actually go ahead and just research something real quick. I can't use my phone because my phone is used for the camera. So give me just 1 second here. Come on. Hmm. See if that gets what I'm looking for. That did not work. Okay, well, fortunately, I'm just gonna have to kind of wing it. Because I'm not exactly getting the results I can use, or at least um use to help kind of reference to help with the drawings right here. I mean, they aren't looking. It's not looking terrible, but it's just not looking as good as it can be. That's my problem. And my frame rate is dropping really badly. Give it just one moment. I mean, they aren't looking. It's not looking terrible, but it's just not looking as good as it can be. That's my problem. And my frame rate is dropping really badly. Give it just one moment. Hmm. Anywho, we'll just go with it. I guess we can't do anything else about it, so we're just gonna go ahead and wing it. I mean, they aren't looking.
If
It's not looking
that's
terrible,
what we can do though is
but it's just
correct
not
the
looking as good as it can
length.
be. That's my problem. And my frame rate is
So
dropping
if the hand, okay, so the hand is tilted up more like
really badly.
this.
Give it just one moment.
He's again he's like embracing something.
Anywho,
And if I
we'll
look
just go
closely at the
with it. I
camera,
guess
I
we can't
guess
do
that's
anything else
the
about it, so we're just
best
gonna
way
go
it's
ahead
gonna
and wing it.
look. So kind of okay,
If
hang on.
that's
Kind of tilt
what we can
the
do
hand right
though is
here a little bit
correct
more
the length.
inward, like
That's my problem.
that
And
perhaps.
my frame rate is dropping
If the hand, okay, so the hand is tilted up more like
really badly.
this, right about there.
Give it just
And
one
then,
moment.
again, he's like embracing something. And if I
We'll
look
just go
closely at the
with it. I
camera,
guess
I
we can't
guess
do
that's
anything else
the
about it, so we're just
best
gonna
way
go
it's
ahead
gonna
and wing
look.
it.
Maybe.
So
Um,
kind of
okay, hang on. Gotta tilt
what we
the
can do
hand right
though is
here a little bit
correct
more
the
we'll just hold
length.
off on the hands for now.
That
I'm
perhaps.
clearly not doing a good job with that.
If the hand, okay,
So
so the
I'm just
hand
gonna
is
go ahead
tilted up
and
more like this,
start
right
with
about there.
perhaps
And then
maybe
um,
the
he's like
face.
embracing something,
We'll just go ahead and do the
If I look
face a
closely at
bit.
the camera, I
So let me
guess
just go ahead and
that's
get rid of some of
the
this feature right
best way it's
here.
gonna look.
Now the face isn't gonna be anything too hard. It's mostly just an eyeball.
Okay, hang on. Gotta tilt
So
the hand right
actually, let
here
me
a
move that
little
over
bit
here.
more.
We'll just hold off on the
So
hands
what we're gonna do is
for
just kind of
now.
start. I'm
Um,
clearly not doing a good
we
job
got
with
the
that.
circle already,
So I'm just
but
gonna
since
go
he's
ahead
kind of
and
looking up,
start with
the shape of the eyes is actually going
perhaps
to
maybe
change a little bit from kind of like
the
this
face.
to more
We'll just go ahead and do
like
the face a
that.
bit. So let me just go
It's
ahead and get
hard
rid
to
of some of this
explain.
feature right here. Now the face isn't gonna
One
be
second.
anything too hard. It's mostly just an eyeball. So actually, let me move that over here.
Hmm.
So what we're gonna do is just kind of start. Um,
Yeah.
we got the
Okay.
circle already, but since he's kind of looking up, the shape of the eye is actually going to change a little bit from kind of like this to more like that.
So let's just go ahead and
It's hard to
identify
explain.
the two points that are going to be kind of like where the eye is going to sit. So we got the endpoints right about here, and if we were to draw towards those, we get
Yeah.
the
Okay.
top of the eye right here,
But since he's kind of looking up, the
and then
shape
a
of the eye is actually
smaller
going to
curve
change a
like
little bit
that
from
for the
kind of like
other
this
part.
to more.
Kind of like
So
that.
let's just go
If
ahead
you
and
can
identify
see that, I don't know if you can, but
two points that
we'll
are going
make
to be
it
kind of like
bigger,
where the eye is going to sit.
probably a
So
little
we
bit
got the
wider as well.
endpoints right about here,
But
and if we were to
yeah, I think that's kind of
draw
what we can go with
towards
actually.
those,
Let's
we
just
get
wind that
top
bit
of
real
the eye
quick.
right here, and then a smaller curve like that for the other part. Kind of like that. If you
Have
can
it there.
see that, I don't know if you can,
It's got a nice
but
big
we'll make it
eyeball.
bigger, probably a little bit wider as well. But
That
yeah,
looks like
that's kind of what we can
a
go with actually.
bowl-ish, upside down
Move
bowl.
that real quick.
Go ahead and even those sides a bit. That. Oh,
Have
whoops.
it there.
Did not mean to hit that.
It's got a nice big eyeball. Probably a little bit wider as well. But
That looks like
that's kind of what we can
a
go with actually.
bowl-ish, upside down
Move
bowl.
that real quick.
All right, well,
Even though.
sorry about that. Just checking something. So usually with an eyeball, it's got almost like a lemon shape to it. So kind of look like that ish, where it has a point at the end, right where the skin kind of folds, or the eyelashes. And then from that we can draw some of where the cornea is going to be, right there. And then we can darken the sides right here for now, just to help keep the figure of the eye. Now the pupil is going to be a little um oval shaped. It's not going to be a circle. It's actually going to be kind of like an oval, starting from the top right here. And it's going to go more like that. Because again, he's looking up. And let's just go ahead, darken that. He's got a really wide pupil. And then everything else is going to follow along that same trajectory. You can actually add a little bit of a lump to that eye, kind of poking out a bit. And then you got the veins a little bit along the sides. Not too visual, not too, um, what's the word? Uh, Sorry, I had a brain fart. Not too visible, not too clear, just kind of like a vague pop with the veins. Just like that. Yeah, you don't need it to be crazy looking. And let's go ahead and just start actually refining the head a bit. For the head, I was actually kind of thinking it looks like it split through the middle and bloomed like that towards the sides. So if we identify where the midsection is of the face, right about there, then we can kind of draw everything else. So we got like just as an idea, this is kind of what I was thinking. We can have it look like sprouting out like this. A second. Have it fold right here. And darken that. So once we get that look right there, we can go ahead and just erase the original lines. So now that's its shape. Kind of looks as though his face just opened like that, kind of like split down the middle and hold open. Might be a little hard to tell, but that's why I'll go ahead and just kind of get rid of the lines. Whoops. And then just kind of add a slight split like that. And again, this is just an idea. This isn't going to be like the final touch. It's just concept right now. Get rid of all that mush. Um, yeah, yeah, kind of like that. This might be a weird question, but like, is anybody here right now? I can't tell if anybody's here at the current moment. If you are, just, I mean, just, um, whoops. Obviously, you can type it in the chat. I just was curious if there's anybody else that's actually in here right now watching. Mm, Maybe, maybe, I don't know if I'm liking the way that face is opened up. But let's just get rid of the lines entirely. And from those lines, mm, maybe have it go kind of like out more like that, like a crown almost. Mm. Hmm. It's a little tricky, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Do we even have chats working right now? Hold up. Do we even have chats working right now? Oh, it does work. Okay. Weird. All right. Well, I just wanted to see if the chat was working. That's all. Um, really hard to see. Trying to add some wrinkles around the eyes just to make it look more realistic-ish. But my biggest problem right now is actually just trying to figure out what to do with the head, you know? As I don't want it to just be smooth because that's just boring. I want it to have some sort of design or detail to it, you know? But just like the problem is what? What kind of details? Um, so I guess just like kind of play with it till I find something, I guess. So that's just gonna be a lot of trial and error, but I mean, I'm fine with that. Um, what if I had instead of okay, what hold the phone. What if I had the sprouting come more from the neck area than just the head? So like right here, you can kind of see that the skin was pulled from the neck out like that. So that means we get rid of the folds right here because those are kind of covered up by the skin. And from that, the skin could possibly be like a fire. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Or wait, yeah. Hold on. It's gonna look messy. Bear with me. We have these ridges all over it. They kind of just gloom over the head, giving it a very unnatural form. And then we go over it again with a more of a messy look to show its inconsistency and overall imbalance. And then from that, we just start to add a little bit more of that into it.
Yeah. I think what we could do is kind of um raise the actually no, we'll keep the eyeball right there. We'll just fix it later because right now we're trying to add like this weird tar-ish looking thing onto his head. Basically the skin opened up, and as it was opening up, it just kind of looked deformed, you know? Like almost like a what's that? Those weird dorky collars that the royals used to wear that just kind of like out of here. I forgot what that is. Like it's like a weird little neck fan kind of thing. It's just kind of down like that. That's what he's got going on, but it's actually his skin. So we can see it be pulled by right about here from the trap muscles, and basically all that little definition on his neck and everything. It's just kind of faded from right here, or like pretty much all the way from the neck. It's just stretch marks, and then it just poof frizzles out that way. So we'll go ahead and just kind of erase some of that stuff, or like that. What's that? Yeah, there we go. The chin, I mean, the chin is gonna be pretty obvious to notice because it's a bone for the most part. So that's gonna be there, and then we can add kind of like a, for reference, the stretch marks coming across it like that. It's gonna look really messy looking, but that's what we want. We want it to be messy. Um, from there, we just add some more of that weird blob on the top, and yeah, let's go ahead and drop. Well, actually, no, we'll go ahead and get rid of the eye. We're gonna move it up more because I think it's too low. But before we add the eye back, we're just gonna go ahead and just continue on with the sludge on this. I guess it's sludge, you can call it that. You can make that disperse more like fire. So hold up. We'll just kind of like this a little bit more. Keep it going. It's supposed to be kind of um it looks like an afro right now. It doesn't actually look much of anything, but um we're not done just yet, so go ahead and start with the eyeball. I know the eyeball might be bigger than the skull itself, but we could just always say, that the eyeball grew past the skull and the skull kind of adapted to that. So, yeah, that's what we'll say. So like that, and then go ahead and get rid of the crosshairs, cross marks, I guess. And this time we're actually going to make um the folds right here on the eyelids. We're going to make them point a little bit down more like that. And then just erase that. There we go. That looks better. Again, if this is starting to look a little out of place and weird, that's kind of the point. Again, this is like in the first stream I said this was kind of like a Lovecraftian type of drawing, so it's gonna have like this weird, abnormal, chaoticness to it, and that's kind of the look I'm going for. So that's why it's really bizarre. Why we have like his neck, his face kind of split and then folding out, and it's got like this weird tar. It doesn't look like tar yet. It just looks messy. So I'm actually gonna undo this and go more refined with it. And then it has like this ember coming off of it. And it's not done just yet. So again, I do apologize if it does look really wacky. But again, that's what we're going for. So we'll just go ahead and continue on with the drawing. Kind of need to sharpen my eraser a bit. Does it have that edge to it? Yeah, there we are. And then let me sharpen my pencil real quick. Hang on. I need um, 1 second. I need a trash bag. Started noticing that my pencil's going dull, and I can't really draw with a dull pencil, so I don't have a trash can just yet either, so I'm having to use a trash bag. A little bit more. Let's see if that looks.
Yeah, like that. And then we'll go ahead and add the folds. One second. There we go. Sorry, I was sharpening my um eraser. Or better yet, right here. I need to get another one here soon. One second, guys. I'm talking to my my brother here for a second. One second. Sorry about that. Just talking to my brother. Um, yeah, no. So we are just gonna continue this for a little bit longer. Next time when I stream, I need to play some music or something because it's just quiet. But I don't. Last thing I need is to get copyrighted, which I'm not trying to do. I don't know how I could actually be able to play music without it being copyrighted. That's kind of my biggest problem right now is trying to figure something out for that. But yeah,
What? I'm gonna check it something real quick. That's kind of my biggest problem right now is trying to figure something out for that. But yeah, what? I'm gonna check it something real quick. Yeah, I think um I think right now is a good breaking point. Um yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it good for here right now. I will stream tomorrow, possibly around the same time. So yeah, hopefully you at least enjoyed this video. I know again, the setup is still very new. There isn't a whole lot I can do right now with the situation I'm in. So I'm just trying to at least do something to keep myself occupied and hopefully show you guys some tips on how to draw or whatnot. But here we are with what we got so far. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it here. So hopefully